Have you ever wondered why some people seem to attract exactly what they want in life, almost as if reality itself bends in their favor, while others struggle endlessly despite working harder, praying louder, or planning smarter? The truth is, there's a hidden science at play. And it's not just wishful thinking, blind luck, or coincidence. It's something far deeper, something that ties into the very structure of the universe. It's called quantum manifestation. Now, before your mind pictures something overly complicated, whiteboards full of equations, physicists with chalk dust on their shirts, or deep space theories that feel way beyond human understanding, I want you to pause. Because quantum manifestation isn't complicated at all. In fact, it's shockingly simple, and yet almost nobody does it. Why? That's exactly what we're going to explore together. We're going to break down how reality actually works, how your thoughts interact with the quantum field, why you've been unintentionally manifesting things you don't want, and most importantly, how you can start shifting your energy so that life begins delivering what you've always desired. This isn't about positive thinking. It's not about writing affirmations 1,000 times, forcing fake gratitude, or pretending everything's fine while ignoring your reality. No. This is about learning to align with the quantum field, the invisible field of energy and information that literally shapes every experience you've ever had. The moment you truly understand this, your relationship with life will never be the same again. So let's start from the beginning. The invisible blueprint of reality. Every culture, every spiritual tradition, and now even modern physics points to one truth: reality is not as solid as it seems. Your desk, your phone, the chair you're sitting on, all of it looks and feels solid, but zoom in at a microscopic level, and it's mostly empty space. What you call matter is really just energy vibrating at different frequencies, held together by invisible laws. This isn't just philosophy. Quantum physics has shown us that at the smallest scale, the quantum level, particles don't behave like tiny billiard balls. Instead, they behave like possibilities. They exist in multiple potential states until they are observed, measured, or interacted with. This means that reality, at its deepest level, isn't fixed. It's fluid. It's potential. It's waiting to take shape. Now here's the kicker: your consciousness interacts with this field of possibilities. The thoughts you think, the emotions you feel, the beliefs you hold, all of these are frequencies, vibrations that ripple into the quantum field and influence which potential reality becomes solid for you. In other words, your mind is not just a receiver of reality. It's a creator. Why it's so simple? Let's pause here. If everything is energy, if reality is shaped by the quantum field, and if your consciousness interacts with it, then the formula for manifestation is actually very straightforward. Align your energy with what you want. Hold that alignment long enough for reality to respond. That's it. That's quantum manifestation in its simplest form. It's like tuning a radio. If you want to listen to jazz, you don't complain that the rock station is too loud. You simply turn the dial until you hit the jazz frequency. The music was already there, invisible in the air, waiting. You just had to tune in. In the same way, the life you desire already exists as a possibility in the quantum field. Your job is not to create it from nothing, but to tune your consciousness into that version of reality. Sounds easy, right? So why doesn't everybody do it? The hidden problem. Here's the problem. Most people are unconsciously tuned to the wrong station. They want wealth, but their energy is dialed into scarcity. They want love, but their emotions are filled with fear of rejection. They want health, but their thoughts are obsessed with illness. So what happens? The quantum field responds faithfully. It mirrors the frequency you're broadcasting, not the words you're saying, or the wishes you're hoping for. You see, manifestation doesn't happen from the surface level of your mind. You can't just say, I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich, while inside you feel unworthy, stressed, or terrified about money. The field doesn't listen to your words. It listens to your vibration. That's why it feels like manifestation doesn't work for most people. They try it for a few days, get frustrated when nothing changes, and then go back to living from old patterns of thought and emotion. The simplicity of quantum manifestation is hidden beneath a layer of misunderstanding. People think it's about effort. But in truth, it's about alignment. The science of attention. Think of your attention as a spotlight. Wherever you direct it, energy flows. And wherever energy flows, reality grows. If you constantly shine that spotlight on problems, complaints, and limitations, you're amplifying those realities. Not because the universe wants to punish you, but because you're literally feeding those frequencies with your focus. But when you shift your attention to possibility, gratitude, and vision, you begin to amplify a completely different set of outcomes. And here's the surprising part. It doesn't take years of struggle. Change can happen instantly the moment your attention is anchored in a new frequency. Quantum experiments have shown us that observation itself changes matter. Just by focusing, reality collapses into form, which means every single thought, every mental picture, every emotional reaction is like a vote you're casting for which version of reality you want to experience. Most people don't realize this. They let their attention be hijacked by fear, news headlines, gossip, or old mental loops. They end up voting for the very realities they don't want. Emotional frequencies. The real secret now, let's take this further. Because attention is powerful, but emotion is the amplifier. Your thoughts send signals into the field, but your emotions give those signals strength. If thoughts are the words, emotions are the tone of voice. And the universe always listens to the tone more than the words. You can say, I am abundant, but if the emotion behind it is desperation, lack, or frustration, then that's the real frequency being transmitted. The field hears, I don't have enough, and mirrors that back. On the other hand, when you think about abundance and genuinely feel gratitude, joy, or excitement, you're vibrating in harmony with the reality of wealth. And the quantum field, being neutral and responsive, begins to align the outer world with that inner state. This is why so many people get stuck. They try to think positive, while feeling negative. They try to force affirmations without shifting their emotional state. And then they conclude manifestation doesn't work. But it does. It always works. It's just that it works according to your true frequency, not your surface thoughts. The power of belief. Now let's address another hidden factor: belief. Your beliefs act like filters. They determine which frequencies you can even access. Imagine trying to tune a radio, but half the stations are blocked out because you've convinced yourself they don't exist. That's what limiting beliefs do. If you deeply believe money is hard to earn, then even if opportunities for wealth are around you, your mind won't recognize them. The quantum field could present a golden opportunity, but your belief filter will make you blind to it. That's why belief shifting is so crucial in manifestation. It's not about blindly repeating mantras. It's about honestly examining what you've been taught, what you've accepted, and whether those beliefs serve the reality you want to live in. Here's the truth: beliefs are not facts. They're choices. And once you understand that, you can choose again. Why most people never apply this so far? Everything sounds logical. Attention, emotion, belief, all simple, right? So why does almost nobody consistently apply quantum manifestation in their life? The reason is this: most people are addicted to their past. Science shows that 95% of your thoughts today are the same as yesterday. And with every repeated thought comes the same emotion, the same chemical state, the same vibration. Day after day, year after year, people unconsciously keep tuning into the same station of reality, and then wonder why nothing changes. It's not that the new reality isn't possible. It's that the old reality has become a habit. Breaking that habit requires awareness. You have to become conscious of where your attention goes, how your emotions feel, and which beliefs you've been carrying. Only then can you interrupt the old cycle and deliberately broadcast a new frequency.